guys, welcome back to my shitty ass channel.
It's about a special type of girl. We call her Karleesteel.
Okay, so today I have a story time. I just want to let you guys know that I do have a vlogging channel. I've mentioned this a couple times. I haven't mentioned it recently, but I do have a vlogging channel, so don't forget to subscribe there. Also, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys could. That means so much. Also, turn on post notifications for Instagram if you haven't already, and Twitter. Okay, so let's get the video started. So this happened when I was probably in like 3rd grade. So I was about, how old are you in 3rd grade? I don't even know. My mom and me went to go visit my aunt who lives in Toronto. While we were visiting my aunt, okay, so if you're American, first of all, you guys say aunt, I say aunt. Here's a backstory on my aunt. She's like a hippie. She like believes in like natural remedies, spiritual stuff. She was just like, oh, I'm so spiritual. Let me read your vibes. And like she had like plants everywhere, and she was super skinny because she really didn't eat that much. She really didn't believe in eating like processed food. She was like a very hippie-ish natural person. We go there, and the first thing that was fucking weird is she literally had chickens in her fucking backyard laying eggs while we're just like chilling in her backyard. So I'm sitting there eating my lunch with my mom, first day visiting there, and there's chickens like literally laying eggs in her backyard, and I'm just like, I'm eating my sandwich watching a fucking egg come out of a chicken's hoo-ha, and I'm like, what the hell? Anyways, that's just how weird she is. I just wanted to give you guys an example. She shows us around her place because we went there to visit because 1, she moved to a new place, and 2, because we haven't seen her in a long time. So she was showing us around her new place and her yoga room where she has like all her yoga stuff. Mind you, her place was really small. She's also very like minimalist, is that what you call it? Like when they have like a small amount of things. And she has like in her backyard where there's like the hens and stuff, she has a section where there's just plants, and then she also has plants on the inside of like a sunroom. She's like a sunroom. So I'm walking around, and she's like, oh, this is this plant, this is this plant, this is this plant, and she's like, oh, do you guys want a plant? Like, and I was like, oh mom, we have like a show and tell thing, I should bring a plant. Like like no one else brought a plant. My stupid ass picks up a plant, and I don't know, I want to know why my aunt and my mom will let me take it. Like, I don't know if my aunt like even knew what she was growing. But so we drive 4 hours back from Toronto to Canada like 2 days after, and I have this plant. I bring home this plant 4 hours from Toronto to Windsor, and it looked like a fern or like something like that. So my little crybaby 3rd grade self was crying in the car because I was scared that the plant was going to die. I don't know why I thought the plant was gonna die from a 4-hour car ride, but I was like, oh my god, it needs sun and water at all times, because that's what like I grew up knowing, right? Like plants need sun and water. So I'm like, oh my god, it's just gonna die in the car. My mom's like, chillax, chillax. So I'm crying over this plant. Monday morning rolls around, and my mom helps me bring the plant to school. It was just like in a little pot. It wasn't really that big. Pun, do you get it? Not yet. Well, you'll get it soon. So I go to class, and it's my turn to do show and tell. So I did a bunch of research on ferns and whatever. I don't even know if it was called a fern. I really don't know what plant I did research on, but like fern is the only plant I know, so it could be a totally different plant. So I did show and tell. She calls out my name. She's like, Karlee, and my happy ass walks up there with my fern. And I'm like, oh, so this is it. It needs to be watered 3 times a week. It needs to be in not direct sunlight, but whatever, right? So I'm explaining everything. Everyone is loving my plant. Go, Karlee. Woo! My teacher's a little bit hesitant on the whole thing, and she's just kind of like looking at me super weird, but I'm like, maybe she's really interested in my plant. Like maybe she really is like a garden person. So I sit back down, whatever. I go home that day. I put the plant back. It's like the 3rd day after I showed the plant for show and tell. So I'm sitting in class, and do you guys know like how like the office can like page your room? Basically the office like paged our rooms like, hi Mrs. blah 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 blah, is Karleesteel in the room? And she's like, yeah. So I thought I was 1, in trouble, or 2, actually I didn't even think I was in trouble because like I was like an innocent little kid, a special student that day, and I was getting sent to the office for something. Plus I go to the office, and they're like, Karlee, so they're asking me all these questions. Like there's like 2 people, and then my principal. The 2 people I didn't even know. They're asking me all these questions like, what's your mom? Who do you live with? Like, are you safe at home? All these questions. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yes. I was so confused. Basically, after they do me like this questionnaire, and I'm so confused, go back to class. I go home, and my mom sits me down, and she's like, oh, like, so the children's whatever came to our house today because you showed a marijuana plant at school. Do you know anything about that? I'm like, I don't have marijuana. Like, she said weed because I was like in 3rd grade. Like, I didn't even know what weed or marijuana was. So she just kind of like explained to me that it was like a drug that's from a plant. So I was like, I don't have any drugs. Like, what are you talking about? My mom's like, yeah, well, it turns out Aunt Blank sent you to school with a marijuana plant. So here I am thinking it's a cute ass little fern. Little do I know that if you freaking let it dry up and just smoke it a little bit, you'd be on cloud 9. I didn't even know that. I was in 3rd grade. So basically the children's aid or whatever it's called was like, oh my gosh, like she has like a fucking weed growing plant thing in her house. She's growing up in danger. Like, what is happening? Like, this is all illegal. She's bringing a weed plant to school and she's thinking it's normal, telling us how to grow and take care of a fucking marijuana plant. My mom explained to the children's aid people that like, oh, it was my aunt. So then my aunt ended up getting in trouble because it's illegal. I don't even know if she knew or not. Like, I still haven't even asked her because like I think that's just weird. Like, did you know you gave me a marijuana plant? I mean, she knows now, but I don't know if she knew that that's what she was giving me or not. Or like, how do you accidentally grow weed? Like, you can't go to the store and pick up some weed seeds and start growing marijuana. Like, I don't know how. I don't know. She was a hippie, so maybe she like smoked all the time. I don't know. But that was my story time of the time I brought weed to school when I was in 3rd grade, basically. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe and give this a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. If you guys want to check out my other story times, don't forget to click the playlist down below in the description or after this on my end screen. You guys can check out that. Also follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. They're all Karleesteel, the same way it's here. I love you guys so much and stay confident. Mwah! Bye, beautifuls.